Today I'm going to introduce a feature in Reaction Plan Manager++ called Operator Stations. I'm going to describe how it works and show you how to set it up. In many manufacturing facilities, the inspection area is away from the manufacturing area. An inspector or operator will carry parts from the manufacturing area to the inspection area where they're measured. The Reaction Plan Manager++ in the inspection room generates a printed report with the machine adjustment instructions, which are carried back to the manufacturing area where the information is used. This process leads to inefficiencies. Operators are waiting for information. Printed paper reports are in the manufacturing area where they get lost and clutter up the area. Operators forget adjustments that were made because they were written down on pieces of paper. Using the Reaction Plan Manager++ Operator Stations feature, you can push data from the inspection area, from the Reaction Plan Manager++ in the inspection room, out to a computer which is running Reaction Plan Manager++ that's by the manufacturing area. There the data is processed and the operator will get the instructions. This will happen in real time. So as soon as the parts are measured, the data will flow out to the manufacturing area. The data is processed and the operator will see the instructions. There are no more printed paper. The operator is no longer waiting for the information. The information will just appear. And now he can keep track of the different adjustment reports for every single machine that he's responsible for in his area. Here are some benefits for using the Operator Stations feature. The operator will get process adjustment instructions on the shop floor in real time. The data is filtered. Now, what do I mean by that? That means the inspection data is filtered at the inspection station, then transferred to the appropriate operator stations. That means the operator only sees the information that's pertinent to his equipment that he's responsible for. You have the ability to use all the Reaction Plan Manager++ features. So the operator can do things like reset part counters. So when he makes an adjustment, he can zero out the data. He can track his adjustments and with a click of a button get that information for any one of his machines that he's responsible for. And there are no more printed reports. Just eliminating that may even justify the cost of purchasing the software. To get a better understanding about how the operator station works, let's look at the data flow, how the data flows from the inspection station to the operator station. In this diagram, you'll see over here on the left is the inspection station, on the right is the operator station. And in between, you've got a shared internal network data folder. This is where the data is transferred from the inspection station to this folder to the operator station. So the operator station is always monitoring this common folder, and the inspection station will send the data to this common folder for the handshake. So data is filtered and processed and routed to the appropriate operator station. The new data flows to the internal network data folder where the operator will pick it up. The operator station will pick it up where the new data is processed and the information is displayed to the operator. So for every single operator station, you will have a shared internal network data folder. Now that you understand how the data flows from the inspection station to the operator stations, let's spend a little time talking about the solutions. A reaction plan repository is where the solutions are stored. Each copy of Reaction Plan Manager++ has its own reaction plan repository. You cannot share repositories. So I have to have a unique repository for the inspection station and this operator station and this operator station. To receive data from an inspection station, the operator station must have a solution in its repository to process the data. So let's say we're measuring a part called widget in the inspection station. If I want to send the data from this inspection station to this inspection station, I have to have a corresponding solution in the operator station called widget. Otherwise, it won't process the data. Now, when I set this up, I could simply copy the solution from the inspection station to this operator station, or you could develop a solution called widget totally separate in this operator station. I mean, you could do that. Maybe you have manufacturing information that's pertinent only for the operator here, and in the inspection station I really want it to be quality information. You can set it up to do it that way if you want. Let's go through the steps to actually set up an operator station solution. Here I've given you some steps. I've outlined some steps to make it easier for you to follow. It's really not that difficult of a process. The first step is to install the ReactionPlan Manager++ on the computers on the shop floor. Verify that the ReactionPlan Manager++ in inspection area is the same version as you're installing on the floor. The next step is to set up the shared folders on the network drive for each operator station. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to open up the Explorer, and I'm going to go to my OneDrive, click on Documents, and here I'm going to add a new folder. I'm going to call one of them Operator Station 1, or just Station 1, and another called Station 2. Now, these can be on any shared folder on your internal network drive in your plant. I've got two of them. One called Station 1 and Station 2, and they're both on my OneDrive. So we've done that. Let's move on to the next step. Since the shared folders are set up, let's go ahead and set up the inspection station. That would be the next step. So we want to choose the Manage Operations button located in the Settings menu to associate an operator station name with each shared network folder. There are other settings to allow you to enable, disable the operator station and prompt the inspector before sending the data. So let's go ahead and do that. I'm going to open up the ReactionPlan Manager++ software. Click on the About button. That's where the Settings menu is located. Then click on the Settings button, and that brings up your settings window. Now here you'll notice I've got a Manage Operator Stations button. I'll click on this button to access the to add and remove stations. It's really quite simple. I click on the Add Station button and fill out the information. I'm going to start by giving this operator station a name. We've got Station 1 folder and we've got the Station 2 folder. I'm going to call Station 1 Operator Station 1, and I'm going to tell it where that is located. Let's see if I can find, there it is, OneDrive, Documents, Station 1. I'm going to enable that operator station, and I'm also going to prompt the operator. Now when I prompt the operator, that's kind of a neat feature, because when you prompt the operator, when you have that enabled, what it'll do is it'll give the inspector a chance to look at the output or the report before he sends the new part data to the operator station. So it gives him a way to validate the information before he actually sends it to the operator station. That takes care of Station 1. Let's add another station, and we'll call it Station 2, Operator Station 2. Do the same thing. OneDrive, Documents, Station 2. Say OK. And now I've set up some operator stations that I can start referencing in my solutions. So I'll go ahead and save that. The next step is to open a solution and pick the specific reaction plan you want to use to send data to an operator station. You'll choose the Advanced Operator Stations menu from the Edit Document menu to identify the operator station or stations you want the data to be sent to. So let's go ahead and do that. I've got a solution out there that I'm going to use. It's Lab 1. We're just going to use the Lab 1 solution. So here you've got the filtered items, or the filtered reaction planes. I've got machine A, machine B, and machine C. And so I've already measured these parts, and I have these reaction plans set up. So now what I want to do is set this up so that when I measure a part and the data is filtered for machine A, I want that new data to go to operator station 1. And for machine B, I want the data to go to operator station 2. So what you do is you simply click on the appropriate reaction plan, then click on the header up here. That'll let me edit the document. Now you'll notice there's a menu selection here, or a tab I should say, called Advanced Operator Station. Here I can add the list of operator stations I want the data to be sent to. So if I click on the Add button, you'll notice I have operator station 1 and operator station 2 here. This is coming from the configuration that we worked on earlier. I'll simply click on operator station 1, click on the Add button, and to add that particular station. So now when data flows into machine A, the new data will be sent to operator station 1. I'll do the same thing for machine B. Click on the header, click on the Add button, and now I'll click on operator station 2. Save that away. And now my inspection station is ready to go. I can now transfer data, part data, to the operator stations. Let's go ahead and test our inspection station. Even though we haven't configured the operator stations, we can still check to see if the data will reach the shared network drive. So if I click on the View button, I'll put me in the view mode. Now I'm going to use a fake data simulator to simulate actually running a part on some sort of measurement system. So here I'm going to run a Lab 1 simulation, and notice here I've got filters A and B, C, and etc. I'm going to inspect a part, and it's as if I answered the question, the data is coming from machine A. So I'll click on the Inspect button and watch what happens. You'll notice I get the flag here for machine A, which tells me I have new data for machine A. I can look through the data and see that I've got some adjustments that need to be made. Notice up here at the top where it says Transfer Last Measured Part Info to Operator Stations. Since the operator station 1 is configured to prompt the operator, I'm getting that the operator has the inspector has an opportunity to evaluate the data before he transfers it onto the operator station. So I'm going to go ahead and click that button, and when I click down that button, that should have transferred the data to that shared network drive. So let's go ahead and open up that shared network drive and see if it's there. Go to the OneDrive, Documents, Station 1. Yeah, and here we go. There's a file here that contains the data for the part measurement data that I just measured. If we go back and look at Station 2, you'll notice that it's empty because I didn't measure machine B. Let's go ahead and measure machine B, and you'll see the data flow into machine B as well. Inspect. Hit the button. Now station 2 has the data. So it's working. Now we're ready to go to the next step, which would be to configure the operator stations. To configure the operator station, the first step is to copy the Reaction Plan Manager++ solutions from the inspection station repository to the operator station repository. So I'd use a memory stick or copy the appropriate solutions from the inspection station computer to the operator station computer. Now I'm using the same computer. I'm going to configure the same computer that I set up the inspection station. I'm going to set up an operator station on that same one. So I'm going to have to rename, copy and paste, and rename that repository. So I'm going to copy the lab solution, and I'm going to make up a new folder, call this op station, op1 station repository, and I'm going to copy that one solution in there. So in the op1 station repository, I'm going to copy lab1 solution. Alright, so I've done that. The next step is to configure the trigger directory to point to the shared network folder. So I'm going to go to About, Settings, click on the Browse button for the trigger directory, go to my OneDrive. So now the trigger directory for this computer is set to station 1. The next step is to change the data source to Reaction Plan Manager++ Inspection Station. Go back to my settings, and for the default data source, I'm going to change that to Reaction Plan Manager++ Inspection Station. While I'm here, I'm also going to change the repository to point to the op1 repository. Okay, I'm all set. So now watch what happens when I click on Done. Since there were data files on the shared drive, it went ahead and processed them. Notice I've got a button here that's highlighting that says Done with Document. So I can read through the solution, and when I'm done, just click on the Done button. The Done button was kind of important. Data will flow to the operator station and immediately get processed and display that information to the operator. You want to make sure the operator has time to read the reaction plan and react to it. So by displaying the Done button, it gives the operator a chance to acknowledge that he's done with this reaction plan, and then it can process more data. If there were more data files out there ready to be processed, you'd see a little note that says that there is more new data available. The last step would be to edit the solution accordingly. Now, here's where you could go in and make some editing modifications to the solution in the operator station to tailor it more specifically to the operator's needs. Probably don't have to do anything to it, to be honest with you. In this example, we've got machine A, machine B, and machine C as far as the reaction plans are concerned. Clearly this is designed to only support machine A, so I could delete the machine B and C if you need to. That really all there is to setting up the operator station. To learn more about this topic and other Reaction Plan Manager topics, visit www.beckerqualitysolutions.com, or you can email us at sales@beckerqualitysolutions.com, or call us at 937-885-1106. Thank you.